We are officially in a relationship recession. Few people are getting into relationships, and those that are struggling to keep them. Nearly every man and woman say that dating is harder than ever before, but why? What happened to relationships? Hang on, I'm getting a text. Must be that girl I've been texting. She replies once every week, and I reply back instantly. So give me a sec. Never mind, it's just my mom. Welcome to the side of the internet that sleeps late, and that was just one of the many things wrong with dating these days. Modern day dating feels like a never-ending audition, and the requirements are getting much worse.
Welcome in.
It's getting to a point where people don't even know what they're looking for. Hey, I never asked you, what's your type? Well, I don't really have a type. They just have to be shorter than me, have a sense of humor, be able to cook, and just be an overall positive person. Bro, I don't think you need a partner. I think you need SpongeBob. Men want Sydney Sweeney, Sabrina Carpenter, or Viola Davis. And women want you to be 6'9", rich, and have the body of a Greek god. So LeBron James. Some people aren't just delusional about their expectations, they're straight up disgusted by anyone that doesn't meet them.
What pisses me off is the discourse around how women only go for the top 15% of men. Why on earth would I be attracted to the fat loser? Or any loser for that matter. Even an average guy, like why, if I could pick the best of the best, why would I be attracted to the mid-tier? What happened to earning your place in this world? You're gonna be a loser in this life and then expect people to want you?
So if you're not tall, rich, and handsome, which is what counts as being in the top 15%, then you don't deserve love. Like bro, I'm trying to get a girlfriend, not get drafted into the NBA. Men often have preferences regarding weight, and women have preferences regarding height. But you know things are messed up when there's an AI out there now that calculates someone's height based on their pictures.
You've ever tried to work out a man's height by how many iPhones tall he is or where he is in relation to a door frame? I've just found an app that takes away all the detective work. It's called Height AI, and it claims to be able to work out someone's height just from a photo. See what the app said about him. The app placed Zach at 172 to 175 centimeters, so spot on.
Hey, nice to finally meet you. I bought a weighing scale. Can I check real quick? Sure, but how tall are you again? 6'2", of course. There's also pages on social media that are dedicated to defining what a real woman is. She isn't busy, she just doesn't like you. A woman will always be available for a man who matters to her. Yeah, because a woman's only job is to prioritize men, right? It's not like they have careers, responsibilities, or I don't know, a life. This patient is critical, but we can still save him. Nurse. Nurse. 1 second, I just need to reply to this man. This man is about to flatline if you don't inject him right now. Yep, almost done. Just sending the emojis. And done. One of the ways people find partners is through dating apps, and they've changed everything. It's become less connection driven and more like window shopping. It's also changed our view of finding someone to date, because sure, you may swipe yes to a person, but what if your soulmate is just one swipe away? I think a big problem with dating nowadays is the difference between being chosen and being an option. Bear with me now, there's a big difference. Say you go to a bakery to get some cake. There's so many cakes to choose from, you're going to choose the best looking cake and the one that you actually want. Everyone walks away happy. But let's say someone else comes in later and they see only one cake is left. All the other cakes are already taken. So what do? They settle for the last cake because they think that it's better to have some cake than to have none at all. But they don't realize the feelings of the cake and how it never got picked. It was only the last option left. You see, back in the days, even getting the phone number of a woman was a big deal. If a woman was willing to speak to you, it meant something, but nowadays people see each other as replaceable. Thanks to these dating apps, a date isn't special anymore. I mean, why invest time and effort into one date when your soulmate could be in the next one? Just a couple hours later. Hi, is it BJ? It's TJ. Nice to finally meet you. Can I get you a drink? Oh, I've already ordered for us. I'm in a bit of a rush. Oh, have you got somewhere to be? I can drop you off if you like. Oh no, I'm staying right here. I've got another date in like an hour here. So let's wrap this up as soon as we can. What was your name again? It's hard to attach romance into a scenario that seems more like an appointment. But it's not all bad. There are loads of stories of how people find their soulmates on these dating apps. In fact, I even caved and made one myself at one point. Not gonna talk about that though. But people go on these dates and they feel like they found the one. Funny, charming, nice, they're perfect. But then out of nowhere, the ick. Almost 50% of people admitted that they ended a relationship because of an ick. Now what is the ick? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you should be asking what isn't the ick, because I can't seem to find the answer. Your man rides a bicycle in a not so hot way? That's an ick. Your man doesn't have feet made of steel and struggles to walk on a rocky beach? That's an ick. Your man gets into an accident, getting hit by a literal car.
What's your biggest ick?
Okay, so it might be a bit rogue, but when a boy gets hit by like a slow moving car.
That's an ick. The ick has gotten so popular with this generation that there's a literal account dedicated to finding out all the icks. The number's reaching 900 now. But you know what's worse than getting the ick? Getting ghosted, or even worse, getting breadcrumbed. Now, those of you gifted with good genetics and a killer face card like myself, you won't know what ghosting or getting breadcrumbed is. Didn't you get ghosted by that one girl you wanted to settle down with? Shut up. What about the girl that replies to you a month later after you reply? I told you to shut up, didn't I? Anyway, to break it down simply, ghosting is quick but harsh. You simply don't reply to the person at all. You went on a date with someone and had a good time, but not the best time, you can just stop replying to them. Ever. Even if they message you asking if you'd like to go again, and they give you compliments and call you beautiful. This is getting too close to home. Oh, and if ghosting is quick and harsh, then breadcrumbing is slow and painful. It's when someone gives you just enough to keep you hooked and wanting more, but never enough to satisfy you. Maybe they text you a string of messages about how you look good and how they miss you, and then they stop replying to you for a week. Then they say to you, hey, we should meet up and hang out sometime. Then they change their plans and forget all about you again. It's a vicious cycle that many fall victim to, including me. But what about dating outside of dating apps? Well, if you're like me, my friend, you're fearless. You're not afraid of anything. Spiders, they're my best friend. Darkness, I was born in it. But the opposite gender, that's where I draw the line. Hey, you coming to Brad's birthday party today? Yeah, man, that's my best friend. Of course I'll be there. Sweet, there's gonna be loads of women there as well, so maybe we can find you someone. Wait, did you say the W word? Women? In all seriousness, the fear of rejection is a real thing. Why would someone go out of their way to ask for someone's number or compliment someone when they could just not do that? I mean, we always hear the saying, right? The worst she can say is no. I can assure you, she can say much worse. When I was a kid, I sat next to this girl during class one time. I was just focused on my work, trying to get an extra noodle star. But then I accidentally grazed my arm with hers. And I kid you not, she shouted, "Ew." On that day, I realized two things. One, that I was shocked. And second, people can be scary sometimes.
I am. Fuck, accept. Hello?
Hello. Oh my god, bro, get that shit off my screen. Get that shit off.
That was just someone getting rejected online, so you can just turn that off. But this stuff happens in person too. If you don't look too great, you just can't approach anyone nowadays.
Tell me why I get so mad when an ugly man approaches me or tries to hit on me. Like, the audacity, like, stay in your lane.
And it's not even the fear of rejection that worries people anymore. It's also the fear of being labeled a creep by the online community. Rejection was bad beforehand, but it was still easier to get past. Whereas nowadays, if you go up to someone that's out of your league, then the internet may flame you for it. I mean, there's a reason this goblin emoji exists now. Now, of course, boundaries do exist and respect is paramount, and there really are creeps out there that should be shut down. But this is also affecting normal, decent people now as well. And this fear can paralyze someone. So what do? Nothing. They go back to the world of online dating. Sometimes not even that. They patiently wait for the love of their life to show up at their door randomly. That must be her. The same system applies when using social media. If you try to DM someone 9 times out of 10, unless your name rhymes with rake, you're not getting a reply. People are shooting their shot from all across the court. And sometimes they do make it, but majority of the times it's an airball. And even the most respectable ones are rejected. But my question becomes, how is a person supposed to find anyone these days? God forbid it's an introvert that just doesn't go outside. You must be wondering, with how hard it is to get into relationships, the one that do get into them must cherish them and really try to keep that relationship. Oh wait, I've read that wrong. It's supposed to be situationships. Bro, what's a situationship? Well, it's hard to explain. You're my friend, you can explain anything to me. Whoa, let's not get crazy now. What are you talking about? We've been playing video games together for years. We went to the same school. You were even best man at my wedding. Are you not my friend? Well, you're right about all that, but I just don't want to put a label on our dynamic. In case you didn't understand the reference, situationships is what happens when someone is afraid or just unwilling to put a label on a relationship. They'll do everything done in a relationship, going out together, spending time together, texting each other every day. But as soon as you ask them what they are, they won't say boyfriend, girlfriend. This is the paradox of a situationship. They have all the ingredients of a relationship, but no one wants to cook. Some fear that putting a label on it will ruin it, or trap you, or require accountability and effort.
I took my situationship at the time to something, and I knew a bunch of people, and I keep being like, oh, hi, like, blah, blah, blah. And then they would be like, oh, is this your boyfriend? It's my something. Right in front of him, I'd keep being like, it's my something. This is his name.
'Cause you were never mine, never mine.
This is just commitment issues, but where both people are accountable for it. I mean, I personally have commitment issues myself, but in the opposite manner, where if a woman shows the slight bit of interest in me, I'm going home and writing down our children's names. But the problem with situationships is that it must eventually end. There are no happy endings unless both people are on the same page. And more time than not, they're not. Because eventually someone will want to get into a relationship sooner than the other. Speaking of commitment issues, can you commit to me by liking the video and subscribing? Please. Thanks. Another reason people struggle with commitment issues these days is because they're hung up on the past. And most of the time it is justified. Perhaps it was a traumatic event, trust issues, or all sorts of reasons. But sometimes people are just stuck in the past for what it is. The past. Hey man, Jessica and I are going on a date and her friend would be the perfect match for you. Nah man, I'm still struggling with my past relationship. Oh, my bad man, what happened? She cheated on me man. I just gave up on love after that. Damn. Who was it again? Oh, it was Monica. Damn. Wait, Monica from 6th grade? Yeah man, she meant the world to me and then she went and shared that Fruit Loop with Josh. Bro, that was 12 years ago. So like I was saying, once people get into relationships, not situationships, they must try all their best to keep them, right? Well, wait till I introduce you to the We Listen and We Don't Judge challenge.
We listen and we don't judge. One time I got really mad at you, so I peed on your toothbrush. It was at your house. I was so pissed at you that day.
Okay, when I was finding these clips, I did not expect to come across something so disgusting. How is someone supposed to have any level of trust in their partner after this?
Sometimes I go in the bathroom and hide and pretend to go to the bathroom when I hear the chaos in the house, just so you have to handle it, not me.
Okay, that's not as disgusting as the previous one, but it's still a shitty thing to do as a partner. How is this helping anyone?
We listen and we don't judge.
Remember when I knew you for like 4 days and you helped me move my apartment and a couple other guys showed up to help me move too?
Yeah.
I was going on dates with them too. I just invited everyone I was dating at the time.
Maybe it's just me, but I just wouldn't feel too great after this video. I'm starting to believe that this trend was started by a divorce lawyer. But at least this sort of toxic stuff only happens in relationships and not married people, right?
I still stand by the fact that my husband is the ugliest man that I have ever met 5 years into our marriage. And I'm not talking about a guy that just needs a little brush up, okay? I'm talking about a terminally unattractive man. I sleep with an eye mask at night so that I have time in the morning to mentally prepare before I make eye contact with my husband. But here I am, married, and you're not, so who's laughing?
Well, I guess no one is safe. Another problem is that nowadays people are getting into relationships with the fear of not finding someone else. They have this mindset that if they don't get into a relationship right now, they might not get into a relationship ever, which is not the right mindset to have. The right mindset would be to be happy with yourself first and let the right person walk into your life. There's a good quote I found somewhere that said, build a beautiful garden and the butterflies will come. And even if they don't, at least you still have a beautiful garden. They said the butterflies would come. I've been building this garden for a year and not a single butterfly. Only my neighbor Miles that keeps complimenting with flowers.
Hey, thanks for the rose.
If you made it this far into the video, you should notice that my nose is red because of hay fever. But thank you for watching this far. And also, you may be wondering, where do we go from here? Well, nowhere really. But we do hope that people start valuing relationships for what they really are. Valuable. The truth is that relationships are complicated and that's not going to change anytime soon. But how complicated they are depends on us. And always remember, friend has an end. Boyfriend, girlfriend have an end. But family doesn't have an end. Well, I guess husband and wife don't either, but good luck finding those, right? Okay, like and subscribe to see me again. Don't worry, we won't put a label on it.